Well, so far we've had great growth, and we have had great new leadership, which has been helpful to the organization, but also fun. It has we've engaged some new people to drive for us, and we have a new set of volunteers. And one of our programs that we're doing that we're really excited about and proud of is that we are getting people out of Kent County over to Easton for their appointments. Centerville, Churchill, the surrounding areas, Middletown. We've identified quite a few volunteers that are willing, and this is a big change from in the very beginning when Homeports started. And the most of the mindset was we really can't get out of Kent County. We can't take people any further than their appointments in Kent County. But as we know, a lot of the services from the hospital and the physicians, if you're just looking at medical, have relocated. So it's become imperative that we get our residents over to Kent County. Excuse me, Easton. I think so. I think what we're doing is we're helping. People were buried after COVID. People were fearful, and people weren't really going to their medical appointments. And while some people, it works okay for them, others, will use an emergency room as their primary care if they can't get to their doctor. And that really is not sustainable. That is a huge cost to the healthcare system, and it's a drain on all of us. So, in looking and going forward, we know that we have to help people get to their appointments and stay connected to the different services available, and we had to take it on. And we found it. But as we were identifying volunteers and new people coming into the area, a lot of people are coming from other places and don't have the same resistance to driving to Easton or to Centerville. So it isn't as big of a deal as the perception was a while back.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's, we always talk about the important balance of bringing on new members and bringing on new volunteers
Right.
who can support the services that we want to provide to those members. And as the need and the market's driving the need for people to get to Easton, because it's, it is going to soon be the hub of all things Eastern Shore medical, and we've got to be able to provide the services that people need. We have to have the volunteers who are willing to drive them there. So, it's the recruitment of our volunteers is a careful balance as well. Well, we have another really interesting program. I think or we may have spoken about this. Homeports is part of a national organization called the Villages, and we are part of the Washington Area Villages Exchange, which is, Washington and surrounding regions, Baltimore, Annapolis, Silver Spring.
Bethesda.
Right. So we were at a conference, the WAVE conference, a few weeks ago, and the Silver Spring Villages executive director spoke at one of the breakout sessions about a new program that they had launched, the vehicle donation program. And a few of us attended that little breakout session, and as it turns out, it's become a really meaningful way for the Silver Spring Villages to raise money and give folks in the community a way to support the organization that they hadn't had before. And what they really originally did, they put signs all over the community, almost like the political signs that you would see, in the yards of people's, said, "Call us about donating your vehicle." And so we just kind of took a page out of their playbook, brought it home, talked to the board about it, and said, why not? We partner with an organization called NCS Vehicle Donations, and they really handle all of the footwork. So we have a link on our website now that says donate your vehicle. You click, it goes straight to a page that allows people to put in their, the basic information about their car. NCS has an account rep that calls the person. They'll come, they pick up the car, they'll tow it if it needs to be towed, and these are cars or vehicles that can be running or not. They can be automobiles, trucks, RVs, boats, farm equipment, motorcycles. And they take a little piece. Of course, they have a business to run, and then the balance of the proceeds comes right into Homeport's bank account. I think it's ironic too, because it really does fit nicely and squarely within our mission. If you think about folks, a lot of the people that we are serving as members have stopped driving, and that they take advantage of our transportation services. Well, oftentimes the first thing that happens, as I say, when you hang up your keys for good, is you're faced with, what do I do with these vehicles?
Right.
And so it's, it's kind of a nice thing to be able to offer even to new
Right.
members who are joining. So it's
And I think something that we do, I think the connections that we make when we pick somebody up for a ride, the friendships that are formed and people have taken upon themselves, volunteers and members, to seek each other out after they've ridden with someone once or twice. They become friends. And those friendships develop outside of Homeports. We know of a volunteer who will only take this one particular person or enjoys it. It's not that she will only, but she enjoys this person's company. And now they are starting to get together outside of Homeports. So there is a friendship that is formed. And those kinds of connections, really, you can't put a price tag on. Social isolation and loneliness and the disconnect that comes from aging, losing your partner, having your children live far away, is really something that I think we can shout about, because I think we do a great job of that. I think we should be shouting from the rooftops with the new energy and the new people that we have come to identify as volunteers, as members. I think we're growing in directions that really weren't happening in 07 or 08 when it was started. And I just think that that's noticeable and that's very palpable to a person who is going to talk with us, who's going to come to any of our gatherings. I think that is what we really should be very proud of this year. And it really